Well, hi there, Internet. My name's Court, and you've got courtside seats for my review of the Standoff at Sparrow Creek. Let's do it. The Standoff at Sparrow Creek is a mystery drama film from writer-director Henry Dunham and RLJE Films. The movie stars James Badge Dale, Brian Geraghty, Patrick Fischler, Happy Anderson, Robert Aramayo, Gene Jones, and Chris Mulkey. A former cop-turned-militia man investigates a shooting at a police funeral. So this movie came out last year at the Toronto International Film Festival. I did not get a chance to see it, but it just dropped on VOD a couple of days ago, so I checked it out, and I'm really glad I did. But let me just give you a little bit more context on the premise. So as I said, there is a shooting at a police funeral, and several members of a local militia eventually realized it was clearly one of them who did it, and they decide to try and suss out which one of them it was so they can turn that person over to the police so that they don't all end up in trouble. And I gotta say, I really like this movie. I know a lot of people are not gonna like it, and I totally get why. This is a bottle movie. It's sort of 7 main characters in 1 main location. There's no action. It's entirely dialogue driven. And I tend to like movies like this, but because it's all dialogue and acting really taking center stage in this movie, if those things didn't work, this movie is terrible. Fortunately, those things really worked for me. Now, there's not a bad performance in this movie, but the standouts for me were James Badge Dale, who is our main character, and Robert Aramayo, who plays a young mute guy with a secret. Those 2 guys were the standouts, and they're both really good in the film, and the scenes they share together are some of the highlights as well. I will say Robert Aramayo, I didn't know him by name, and his face was driving me crazy, and I couldn't place it, and I looked it up, and he's young Ned Stark, so good for him. Now, this movie really feels like a play. It's very slow in pacing. It's never boring, but it really takes its time. It's methodical. And the way it's blocked, like so many of these scenes, I could totally picture on a stage. It's got elements of 12 Angry Men, elements of Glengarry Glen Ross, some very obvious parallels to Reservoir Dogs, and every scene is just oozing with tension and paranoia, and I really liked that. And the cinematography, for the most part, is fantastic. It makes excellent use of light and shadow, almost feeling like a black and white noir film a lot of the time. I will say, however, there were certain shots where it was so dark, I wasn't sure what character I was looking at. Now, there was one scene between James Badge Dale and Robert Aramayo's character that was a little over the top. It could have used a little bit of massaging. And the end of the movie does give us quite a big exposition dump. It's kind of like literally, and this is exactly what happened. I thought that was a bit much. I thought a little bit more ambiguity would have been nice. But those are really my only negatives. This is a darn solid little movie. If you dig methodical movies with solid performances and really good dialogue, I recommend it. And it's the director's first feature. For a first feature, that's damn impressive. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to give the Standoff at Sparrow Creek. And I think I'm going to give the Standoff at Sparrow Creek a
No. Now it ends.
out of 10. So now, I want to know, have you seen this movie? What did you think about it? What other video-on-demand movies have come out this year that you would recommend to me or anybody else watching the video? Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. And hey, why not take a second, do me a favor, click subscribe and ring that bell to subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.